Hi Calculus 1 students. So in this video, we're going to do an example that you can try yourself. Certainly, it's in your reach, but it's a challenging problem. So if you like puzzles, you should certainly try this problem yourself. But if you're not very patient, you're more than welcome to just watch this example. But it would be a good thing if you try it on your own first, okay? Just like have a thought at it. So this is the example. It's a very common final exam example. We're just changing the curve and the point, but the idea is kind of the same. You want to find both coordinates of each point on that curve, so the curve like 2x squared plus 1, at which the tangent line passes through the point 1, -5. Okay, whenever students attempt this problem, the mistake that I see the most as a teacher is students believing that this point lies on that curve, okay? At first, you don't know if it lies on the curve or not, but it's easy to check that it actually doesn't. So for example, if x is equal to 1, you see that y should be equal to 3 and not -5. So the point is not on the curve. Okay, so that's the mistake I see the most. All right, and before we attempt this example, which is actually quite simple once you know how it works, okay? And knowing how it works can somehow be tricky. So what is this question asking? Okay, you have a point and a curve, okay? The blue curve and the red point. And from the curve to the point, you can sketch, or actually, you can sketch the tangent line at any point of the curve, but you are interested in two particular tangent lines. You are interested in any tangent line that is passing through the point. So in other words, here I just go like by approximation. So my tangent line is not like super neat here. Okay, you're interested in knowing what this point is. Okay, so let's call this, let's say, point P. And you're also interested to, there's another point somewhere else, it's around here, right? And again, I'm going by approximation, for which the tangent line is also going to pass through the point 1, -5, okay? And what you're really looking for are these 2 points, P and Q. Find both coordinates of each point on the curve, okay? So the green points, in other words, for which the tangent line is passing through this point. Now, the basic technique of this problem is to realize that for each of the green lines that you have over here, there's 2 ways to compute the slope. But they both have as an unknown the point of tangency. Okay, so using the point of tangency, okay, and remember that the point of tangency is just like x f of x. We don't know what it is yet. It corresponds to like P and Q, okay? And we're also using the point that we're given, so 1, -5. We can find the slope of these lines in 2 different ways. And the idea is that regardless of the way we find the slope of the green line, it has to match. It has to give the same answer, okay? So we can find the slope of the tangent line. Tangent line in 2 ways. Okay, so number 1, as you know, is by taking the derivative. Okay, so f prime of x. So in this case, f prime of x is really simple. So yeah, just as a quick review, I'm gonna do it quick, but I'm expecting you here to just like shoot the answer. Okay, just because we have seen the notion of the derivative rather recently. So what I want you to remember is that you're using pretty much the sum and the constant multiple rule at the same time. So you're taking twice the derivative of x squared plus the derivative of 1. Okay? And each on their own. So you will have like 2 times the derivative of x squared, which is 2x, plus 0. So in other words, this gives you 4x. Okay, not a complicated derivative. Like as you train doing derivatives, like eventually I'm expecting you to go directly from here to here. Okay, without any like intermediate step as I did. But I just throw this out for the purpose of explaining. Now, the second way to find the slope of the tangent line is to use the fact that we have the 2 points, right? So use slope formula, true. So it's going to be x f of x. So actually, now I think I'm going to color code actually like this point x f of x. I'm going to color code it in green. Okay? Because that's it. We're using the formula for the slope through 2 points, x f of x, and the point that we're given, 1, -5. Okay? And you know very well this formula. So this formula is y2 minus y1. Now, I will consider y2 to be f of x, okay? So that will make the algebra slightly simpler. Minus y1, which is -5, divided by x2, which in this case will simply be x, minus x1, so which is in this case just 1. Okay? Now keep in mind, this like the derivative will depend on x, and this is normal. So you should kind of simplify this as much as you can. So as you can see, f of x is going to be the 2x squared plus 1. So I'll continue the color code here, 2x squared plus 1. And then plus the 5, so plus 5, divided by x minus 1, okay? And as I can see, this is kind of the most you can do. Let's just first state 2x squared plus 6 over x minus 1. Okay, now here's the key, okay? In order for the tangent line to pass through the point, these two methods need to give you the same answer. So let's put it this way. These two methods must give the same answer. What does it mean? It means that you can set them equal to each other. So I'm going to erase this paragraph here. And we're going to continue. So it means that you set method number 1, which is 4x, equals to method number 2, which is 2x squared plus 6 over x minus 1. And from there, you solve. Okay, so at this point, I can erase the number 1 because I don't need it anymore. Okay, and I think that's the only thing I will need to erase because solving this equation is not that hard. You first multiply both sides by x minus 1. So you're going to get here 4x squared minus 4x, which is equal to x squared plus 6. Then obviously you just grind the coffee and solve that equation. So you have 2x squared minus 4x plus 6, meaning 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 3. Now I'm a little bit puzzled here. Oh, I've done a mistake in the sign. There you go. So here you go. You should have like equals 0 here. That's why I messed up. I went a little bit too fast. So this should be a -6. There you go. Sorry about that. So yeah, send everything on the other side. Then factor, right? So you have here 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 1 is equal to 0. And which finishes into, and let's go here, it finishes into x is equal to 3 or x is equal to -1. Now these are the x coordinates, you agree? So to find the y coordinate, what we need to do is to just replace these two x coordinates in that formula, right? So let's put it this way. Replace these in y equal 2x squared plus 1 to find y coordinates. So in other words, you will have first f of -1, which will be equal to twice -1 squared plus 1. So as you can see, it gives you 3. And this means that the point Q actually, let's give it, let's actually write the name. So this point right here turns out to be the point -1, 3. You do the same with f of 3. So 2 times 3 squared plus 1. So that's it, like 3 squared is 9, 2, 18, plus 1, 19. Okay? So this means that the point P that is like really, really up there is the point, wrong color. So P is the point 319. So these are the 2 points. I hope that this helped. So don't forget, this is one of the YouTube videos that you need to put in your notes. So have a good one. See you in class.